Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. Okay, so today I'm just going to be unboxing and doing all my what E.L.f. products I have together in one video. Because I gotta put them in drawers anyways, because I have decided that's what I'm doing. With all my makeup. All my makeup's going into drawers now. So yay. Alright. So really quickly, I'm doing eyeshadow first. So I got my little mirror that I use. So I have the E.L.f. bite-sized eyeshadow in the shade I Love You a Latte. I have the E.L.f. liquid metallic eyeshadow in the shade Moon. This is like a repeat at this point, but I just keep getting new stuff because that's the way I'm doing it. And then I have the E.L.f. Lock It Down eyeshadow primer and the E.L.f. No Budge shadow stick in the shade Perfect Pearl, which is just a retractable stick. Then for mascaras, eyeliner. I did not get any new mascaras this week. I just decided not to. Then I have the E.L.f. Lash and Roll mascara in the shade Deep Brown. I have the E.L.f. Lash Extender mascara in brown. I have the E.L.f. Volumizing mascara in black. I have the E.L.f. Incredicurl mascara in the shade Deep Brown. And then I have the E.L.f. Lash Beats mascara in black. Then eyeliners, which I'm adding a new eyeliner today. I have the E.L.f. Lock On Liner and Brow Cream in the shade Light Brown. I have the E.L.f. just regular eyeliner pen in the shade Coffee. This. I have the E.L.f. Intense Ink eyeliner in the shade Blackest Black. I have the E.L.f. Precision Liquid Liner in the shade Black. Then I have the E.L.f. Expert Liquid Liner in the shade Jet Black. Then the one I'm adding is the E.L.f. Smoky Cool Eyeliner Pencil in Brownie Points, which is a true brown. Which looks like this. It's one of their new products. And like I said, all my stuff's going in here. Even what's in the box. Because eventually I will be getting rid of some stuff. Then I have 5 because I'm adding a new one. I have the E.L.f. Brow Lift Gel. I have the E.L.f. Brow Laminating Gel. I have the E.L.f. Instant Lift Brow Pencil in the shade Taupe. This is the regular brow pencil. And then I also have the E.L.f. Instant Lift Waterproof Brow Pencil in the shade Taupe. The spoolies are different sizes. And then I have the E.L.f. Wow Brow Tinted Brow Gel in the shade Taupe. Which it looks like this. And then I have the E.L.f. Putty Color Correcting Eye Brightener. Okay, so that's all eyes. Now let's do lips, since I don't have anything to add to lips for right now. It will be easy to do lips. Okay. Alright. So, I have the E.L.f. Lip Exfoliator in Brown Sugar. And the E.L.f. Squeeze Me Lip Balm in the shade, or in Grape. Like the flavor. Then I have the E.L.f. O Face Satin Lipstick in the shade No Doubt. For lip liner, I have the E.L.f. Cream Glide Lip Liner in the shade Truth or Bear. I have the E.L.f. E.L.f. Glossy Lip Stain in Power Mauve. I have the E.L.f. Pout Clout Lip Plumping Pen. Like, this thing's small. In the shade In the Clear. It's small. Then I have, for glosses / lip oils, I have the E.L.f. Lip Lacquer in the shade Clear. The E.L.f. Lip Plumping Gloss in the shade Pink Sugar. The E.L.f. Glow Reviver Glimmer Finish in the shade Opalology Tour. And the E.L.f. Glow Reviver Lip Oil, the regular one, in Crystal Clear. So that's all lips. Let's do face next. Which this one has a lot more products so far. And it's just going to be that way. And so I can get everything put together differently. Which won't happen until this house becomes ours. Mine and my husband's. And I can actually have a makeup room. Because what we're using as the game room / guest room, the way I'm planning to do it when this house becomes mine is where my dad sleeps, is where the guest room's going to be going, and that extra room is going to be my makeup / studio room. So it essentially just means that room's gonna be my filming room for makeup tutorials, and where I store all my makeup. So let's really quickly just go through my sunscreens. I'm not going to do it in any order. So I have the E.L.f. Sun Touchable Invisi Stick. It's SPF 50 no touch application, and water resistant for 80 minutes. So this will go underneath non-gray seal and safe for eye area. So that's cool. Then we have the E.L.f. Sun Touchable Wow Glow. This is SPF 30. It's a sun protection and makeup primer. And it just has a little tint, or the shade is Sunbeam, because it does have a little tint with that glow. Then I have the E.L.f. Sun Touchable Invisible Sunscreen. This is SPF 35, sun protection and blurring primer, water resistant for 30 minutes. Or 80 minutes. Sorry. And it's supposed to be a poreless looking complexion that grips makeup for long lasting makeup. And then I have the E.L.f. All Set for Sun SPF 45 sun protection and setting spray. It doesn't have a white cast. It's quick drying. And it just gives you extra sun protection. So, now really quickly, let's go in and talk about my color correctors. So I have the E.L.f. Camo Color Correctors in green, yellow, green for redness, yellow for dullness, peach for under eyes, and blue for warm tones on foundation. Now I'm getting all my primers together. Okay. So I have the E.L.f. Stay Cool Primer Stick. The E.L.f. Power Grip. So I have the original Power Grip. The E.L.f. Niacinamide Power Grip. And the E.L.f. Matte Power Grip. Then I have the E.L.f. Liquid Poreless Putty Primer, which is the putty primer. This version of the putty primer and a liquid version. So let's see which one I like better. Then I have the E.L.f. Matte Putty Primer and the E.L.f. Luminous Putty Primer. And then I have the E.L.f. Velvet Finish Face Primer. It's a blurring primer. Then I have the E.L.f. Tone Adjusting Face Primer. This is a primer version of the corrector. And then we have the E.L.f. Poreless Face Primer, which smooths skin and creates a semi-matte finish. So it doesn't just blur the look of pores, it also helps blur fine lines. Then I have the E.L.f. Blemish Control Face Primer, which is a acne. Then the only foundation I have right now is the E.L.f. Soft Glam Satin Foundation in the shade Fair Warm. And the only concealers I will ever have, because E.L.f. does not have the shade I need. So I'm like, and the other one, so I'm like, I can't use it, is the E.L.f. Hydrating Camo Concealer in the shade Fair Beige. I think this is the Fair Beige. Yes. And then the E.L.f. 16-Hour Camo Concealer in the shade Fair Warm. Right. Then bronzer slash contour. I'm missing something. Hang on. There you are. I found it. So I have the E.L.f. Camo Liquid Bronzer and Contour in the shade 1 Fair. Or Fair, just Fair. Then I have the E.L.f. Halo Glow Beauty Wand, Contour Beauty Wand in the shade Fair Light. Then I have the E.L.f. Bronzing Drops in the shade Pure Gold. And I have the E.L.f. Putty Bronzer in the shade Sunkissed. Now for all my blush. Blush. I have the E.L.f. Putty Blush in both versions, the E.L.f. Matte and Luminous. The matte version is in the shade Bora Bora. And the luminous is St. Bart's. Then I have the E.L.f. Camo Liquid Blush in the shade Dusty Rose. And then I have the E.L.f. Monochromatic Stick in the shade Glistening Peach. And I have the E.L.f. Sheer For It Blush Tint in the shade Left on Red. And I have the E.L.f. Just Powder Blush in the shade Blushing. Then I have one highlighter, which is the E.L.f. Halo Glow Beauty Wand, Highlight Beauty Wand in the shade Liquid Gold. So now powders. So now I have 2 that I'm adding, and I only have 1 powder left that I need to get. I have the E.L.f. Halo Glow Setting Powder. This is the loose powder in the shade Light Pink. Then I have the E.L.f. Prime and Stay Finishing Powder in the shade Sheer. Then I have the E.L.f. Perfect Finish HD Powder in the shade Sheer. Okay, so it has a mirror with it, which is so cool. It's like the compact is like the powder bronzer. Or the powder bronzer, the foundation powder foundation they had. Then I have the E.L.f. HD powder in the shade Sheer. Because they have 2 different shades of this. They have a soft luminance and the sheer, which I just did the sheer because there's no point in doing the soft luminance when I had the E.L.f. Halo Glow. And here it is. Same packaging as the Halo Glow. And then the last product is the E.L.f. Stay All Night. So that is everything I own and what I've gotten today. And next will be in a couple of weeks, unless I get the money to do it off the E.L.f.'s website, which I'm hoping, fingers crossed, I do. I am getting so close. Bye.